Anyway, so let me start the recording here, and then you get as soon as you hear the special code word.
Sounds good. All right, everybody, welcome, and thanks for joining us here as I, MC Dust, Guestcast with Special Endry. We're bringing you the Competo Cup. Right now, we are in the semifinals of the Competo Cup. It is VirusElfi who is spawning over on the right-hand side of Dual Sight as the red Protoss, and over here on the left-hand side we have BeastyQt as the yellow Terran, and this is the first game of this best-of-3 series, and it's definitely going to be epic as both these players definitely want to continue on into the finals of this event. We're seeing VirusElfi send out that very, very early scout, and what do you think, Endry?
I'm just thinking of this hilarious discussion between those two guys. I mean, Beastie, he had some trouble with Elfi lately. I mean, there was some time when he was able to beat everybody, just everybody on the ladder, but not against Elfi, because every time Elfi played on one base with 4 gates or 3 gate Robo all-in, he was just losing against Elfi in all the finals of all those weekly tournaments, and they still continue to talk about each other. And Elfi was saying, "Yeah, you did not scout this proxy by Ryan in the last game right away." But Beastie still was able to get the job done, and win the game. And let's just see where this is going. Of course, Beastie, he's got a lot of hate or a lot of sarcasm for those players.
Yes, he does, as it would seem. We are seeing VirusElfi now place down his cybernetics core in a good time, and nothing too cheesy. That first scout did go out and did scout into BeastyQt's base, and Beastie will effectively make that probe, leave the base, and continue scouting later on if he's going to be able to. Now this SCV is reaching out into Elfi's base, and we'll be able to check out the build going down. There is a second assimilator that is placed down from Elfi, hinting out towards more of a tech type build possibly.
Yeah, so he's got the Stalker out pretty soon, finished with his second assimilator. Currently I have no idea what Elfi is referring to right now. But we see Gateway coming up, we see a Reaper being built by Beastie, a very fast scout by Beastie actually, wants to make sure what's going on. He was checking the available energy on the Nexus. Now we see the Robo facility. And speaking of Protoss players, I was just want to refer to a joke Atosis made while on GSL, beyond GSL. So he was casting a ZVZ of Nesty against Fruit Dealer, so the GSL Season 1 against the GSL Season 2 winner. And Nesty won the series, and then when he was finished, he just went into the booth of the Fruit Dealer, and they were talking to each other, and Atosis then just said, okay, probably Nesty is just talking to him, so yeah, look, what did you wrong here, so I won the game, but doesn't matter anyway, LOL, next time I'll be out of the tournament to a Protoss player anyway. And the funny thing about this, Atosis is playing Protoss as well, so...
Yeah. And it looks like that Reaper will go in and take out 2 of those probes, but that's about all. Didn't really do the major amount of damage that I had thought he would do, but there is a natural expansion going down from VirusElfi, as well as the command center Comansion finishing up from BeastyQt is morphing that to an orbital command, doing the same, doing the 3 racks expand, which is always pretty nice to see.
I mean, it's nothing unusual about this. You can do this, you're fine with it. I'm going for the bunkers here right now, getting up the reactors on both the barracks, so he's going for nearly the same build. But in the last game when he was playing against Ryan, but Ryan, of course, was proxy gating him, Elfi did not, and Elfi here now, with his very, very fast expansion play, so Gateway, Cybercore, Robo, and Nexus. Now he's going for 2 more gates, and the Colossus building the robotics space. So very, very fast take coming up here by Elfi, who, by the way, has got an observer in Beastie space, and Beastie is completely scouted here by Elfi for the moment.
And Beastie with those double reactor cores is pumping out Marines like a good thing, as well as keeping only one bunker up in his natural expansion. And it looks like he is starting to harvest off of that natural expansion, sending out some SCVs to do a transfer, as well as, what is that? An SCV trying to climb the ramp of Elfi, but does get taken out halfway through its descent into the base.
Yeah, now we see Assimilator number 3 finished. And of course, when you're a Protoss player, you want to go for those gateway units and the Colossi at the same time. You need as much gas as possible in this matchup by Elfi. You go for the last Assimilator. Now I'm a little bit confused when each player is getting the next base. We see a Beastie now moving out. He does not have the concussor shell even started yet. Not sure if I like this, but with the first Colossus already out, Beastie might be in a lot of trouble. And some nice force fields being placed. It looks like he wants to focus down the Colossus. The Colossus is down to 93 HP, and now the Marauders moving in, and they take out the Colossus. Pretty big deal. They took out the 2 sentries as well, now stimming once again, even taking out some additional probes here. And this first attack, I would not have thought that it would be successful, but it was very much so.
Yeah, and it was nice. It was good for Beastie to take out that Colossus. There is an observer still moving around BeastyQt's base, uncontested, getting a full eye of exactly what BeastyQt's got going on. And we do see Starport now finished up with the reactor core, getting out those Vikings. Yeah. Try to counter that Colossus play.
I mean, 2 minutes ago he just said 3 barracks and was about to land this orbital command. Now he killed the Colossus, killed a couple of sentries, got the Vikings in production, so Beastie is all over his macro. And do you see this super awesome hidden engineering bay here? Especially when you look at it from the left side, or rotate your camera a little bit. Can't do a better job at hiding your buildings here.
Yeah, that's for sure. Getting full shade over that engineering bay, as well as doing a little bit of scouting with an SCV. Xel'Naga Watchtower is being held by VirusElfi, and trying to keep an eye on exactly what BeastyQt's got up his sleeve.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just waiting for someone to get another expansion. I mean, Beastie is moving around here with an SCV, but not to get an expansion up, but just in order to check for any bases here. And he just checked the gold on the bottom right, now check the gold at the top left as well, now checking for the 12 o'clock. There's nothing left. And so it is 2-base Protoss against 2-base Terran here. But at the moment, Beastie is in the way better position. Look at the supply, a 17 lead here for Beastie right now. And other than that, we just have more and more Vikings being produced right now. So 6 Vikings already out on the field, 2 more about to come out pretty soon, and we just see more Marines, more Marauders in the field. And we take a look at the unit counting station, we see 2 Colossi out, and if Beastie will be able to get lucky in terms of sniping a 1 Colossus with his Vikings, he might be actually in that good of a position to make a lot of stuff happen with his Marines, especially considering that the +1 for the Marines is already halfway down here.
Yeah, definitely. Now, there's also charge lots on the way out right now from Elfi, as Elfi is also continuing to build more and more gateways, trying to get those gateways out there so he can just warp in as many units as he freaking wants to. Another Colossus is just about to pop out of that robo facility, and BeastyQt now moving across the map here with his Vikings, Marines, and Marauders. Will scout this 3rd lower base, and we'll see nothing there, and will go ahead and lay down a scan on top of all of the death ball here by Elfi. Oh, force fields all the way across the sky.
But those force fields actually do not matter at all, because Beastie did not stim with his units. And not stimming with his units is the good thing to do. And here, 1 Colossus is only at a 45 HP, now going down, so it's just 2 Colossi left. The second one is getting taken out as well, and with all those Colossi going down, look at those stimmed Marines just taking out 1 probe and Zealot after another. The Vikings landing to buy those Marines a little bit more time, more units being warped in, and looks like finally Elfi will be able to take the force here of BC out, but the question is at what cost, because take a look at his natural. He was using all of his probes there.
Yeah, definitely. And those charge lots do go in and finish the job. Look at this Stalker, Hero Stalker, sitting at the Mentor status with 2 health.
And
There is
6
a
kills.
pylon. Yeah, that's right. There's a pylon down at the bottom in the 6 o'clock position from Elfi. We'll see this expansion going down and warps in a couple of zealots here. 3 zealots go down, starting to deal with these SCVs that are just running by as they are blocking this expansion from actually landing. The expansion does land down now, and these Marines and Marauders will go ahead and take down that proxy pylon and refute the forces from Elfi.
Yeah, and BC is trying and actually is successful with a single stimp marine to take out a probe in the center of the map. Meanwhile, 3 charge zealots were passing through, but Alpha just wanted to make sure that he stays alive with those zealots, so he was not paying attention to this marine. And BC constantly, once again, checking for more expansion, and we follow this green line for the waypoints. He will check on every possible location, making sure that Elfi is only staying on 2 base while he's getting up his 3rd, while he's way in the lead in terms of harvest to 63-41. He's nearly got double the supply than Elfi, and he's got the Ghost Academy finished. Got 3 freaking Ghosts in production at the same time. The High Templars, Elfi is currently warping and will not help him as much as he wants to, because yes, Ghosts are pretty awesome. And because we got a little bit of downtime, I want to speak about Archons, about the patch.
Well, do it too, man.
You know, Archons are a massive unit on the PTR right now, right?
Yeah.
And at first I was thinking about it, okay, now massive units, so who the fuck cares? I mean, it's not like they are armored or light armored, but they are massive, so they do not take additional damage or less damage from any source. But massive, I forgot about massive, means they cannot be slowed by Marauders anymore. They can stomp force fields, and they cannot be lifted up by Phoenixes. And this is a pretty huge change, and makes Archon a much more viable unit in the future here for StarCraft 2. But let's focus on this attack by Beastie right now. By the way, Elfi is completely aware of it because of his observer flying around here.
That's a very good point. Being able to see those forces, very nice. Look at that. There was an EMP that looked like it went down, as well as these forces of charge lots moving right into the fray here. A storm now going down, trying to take out some of those Vikings, and another storm going down. BCQ2 getting out of the ways of those storms. These Archons did just finish up. They are moving forward, trying to deal some damage here. It looks like he may be able to defend off against us, but not even. A GG goes down because there are Vikings that drop down in the mineral line there, taking out probe after probe. So BCQT will take the win and take the point.
So congratulations to Beastie, and yeah, like Duffy said, game number 2 will be up pretty shortly here, and I'm not sure which map our friend Elfi is going to take, but I can guess maybe a more traditional one here.